Christina is a young woman who lost a sense of her body as a result of medical complications. Her case is described in Oliver Sacks' collection of medical tales. Christina is teased to be herself, without any hope of full recovery. She couldn't continue to lead her normal life. She has become an invalid who cannot really take care of her children, work, lead a social life, and life in general. It took her monstrous efforts to work out compensatory mechanisms. She could hardly walk, sit, she had to mimic her facial expressions. She became an actor who poorly portrays her past self. She leads a pitiful semblance of life. She cries bitterly every time she watches video of herself before her illness, being unable to reconcile to what has happened. The story of Christina initially scares us, but then it brings relief, a feel of luck that we managed to avoid such a tragic fate, that our life is not her life. But if you think about it, our life in its essence doesn't differ that much from Christina's. The life of each person, without exception, is quite tragic in its foundation. If we are lucky, we'll not go through such a terrible tragedy like Christina. We think that life can be a series of successes and mercies, that it can be deprived of misfortunes and losses. We go to psychologists, counselors, to have our pain eased. We read books and watch movies that give us hope that eternal happiness is possible. We think that we are unique in our misfortunes and hardships, that it is our peculiarity we can heal ourselves from. We think that for others it's different, that there are absolutely happy lives, and that means we can have such a life. But no, human life consists largely of misfortunes and misery, of incidents that are impossible to accept, emotional wounds and psychological traumas, experience that we are incapable to go through. All this is life-defining experience. It is significant, noticeable, precisely because it doesn't fit in our lives. It differs from what should have happened. It thereby hurts us, cuts deeply into our memory, and irrevocably defines us. It brings a rupture into our life, the point of discrepancy between the past and the future, us in the past and us in the future. Therefore, Christina is you. Her life is not opposite of your life. Life consists of such ruptures, losses, misunderstandings, pain, confusion. Everyone is forced to live in condition when life is unbearable. We lose ourselves, turning into a miserable semblance of who we are, but still manage to go on living. And there will be no happy ending. Happiness is only a moment of rest before falling into the next rupture. We want permanent happiness in relationship, in work, but all we manage to acquire is something we'll lose at the end, either fully or partially. That is another reason for rupture, the most striking manifestation of life. But it's not a reason for despair. On the contrary, it's a sign that you are alive. It is that beach called life.